was this initiated?
Well, I think a lot of came out because of, a lot of things you hear in social media where people who support Duterte are called idiots, they're called bobo. I remember reading somewhere that they're called Dutertards, so like they're retarded. A lot of women who actually are business women, they're from the higher level of society, actually believe in Duterte. So they thought, we're not naman bobo. So they decided maybe it's time for us to come out. And usually when you talk about a candidate, more often than not, you hear people from the masa speaking. And when you talk about Duterte, it's usually the masa. So people always say, ay, mga bobo yung mga yan. So I think it's about time that people also hear that there are really, educated people from the higher levels of society who believe in what Duterte stands for.
Ma'am, this is an expression of support for
Yes. Yes, it is.
Ma'am, kasi a lot of people say that Duterte is a womanizer. He does things that might be perceived as anti-woman. As a woman, what do you feel about this?
Well, I'm from Davao, okay? Well, we've actually in Davao, we've learned to accept Duterte for what he is. I personally know his first wife. I also know his second wife, okay? Well, what I can say is that it has not come in the way of his being a good leader in Davao. I mean, if you compare the Davao we had way back in the 70s, I'm sure all of you have heard about Al Samasa. You've all heard about how Davao was the laboratory for NPA. That's where they practiced yung mga assassinations by the Sparrow unit. When we were in Davao at that time, people were too scared to go out of their houses. A lot of the rich people in Davao actually moved to Canada because you would be too scared to go out. You'd either get kidnapped or you'd get held up or shot. When Mayor Duterte came in, he actually slowly cleaned up Davao. And contrary to what a lot of people say that he supports the left, I think what he does is he really listens. He gives the left he listens to the left. So if you come to Davao, we're actually a kind of parang it's like an open city. Mayor Duterte doesn't mind if like the left or the MILF come in. His only condition is huwag kayong manggugulo.
Ma'am, does Duterte have any pro-woman programs in Davao?
He does have a lot. I think Davao City is one of the first cities in the Philippines where he has an anti-discrimination law that's been enacted in the city. We actually are, I think, one also of the cities that first have a special desk in the police stations just for women concerns. In terms of the jails, there's a special jail for women where they can be rehabilitated. A lot of people say that he always says he's against drug addicts. True, he's against that. He's against pushers. He's against drug lords. But people who are users and who are willing to get rehabilitated, Davao has a rehabilitation center for drug addicts. So it's not just all killing. Because a lot of people think when you speak of Duterte, lahat ng tao pinapatay niya. No, he doesn't.
Is he a good role model, ma'am, would you say?
I would say as a leader, yes. I would not say he's a good role model if you're talking about should you have one or two or three wives. I would not, say he's a good role model there. But I don't think that's how you should judge a leader. I think you should judge a leader by how he is able to deliver services to the people. So we in Davao recognize that, and we have accepted him for what he is. So what's more important to us is the fact that he is actually able to deliver. And when he says he will do something, he really does it. One of the things that we actually appreciate in Davao is the fact that in spite of the number of years that he's been our mayor, he's remained the same. He still lives in the same house in Bangkal. He's not changed his lifestyle. And the things you see in social media about his driving a taxi, it's actually true. He goes around at night. Maybe that's one of the reasons why si Beth, his first wife, may be separated from him because he spent so much time looking after the city. Maybe he forgot his wife. So things like that are true.
Ma'am, you have an informal group of women who are interested to know about Duterte. Around how many are they now?
I actually don't know how many people are involved in the group. What's happened is we've been invited by friends who are friends of Franny. So that's the only, we don't really have a formal group. Now you would say it's a group of women with X number of members. It's not that way. It's friends of friends telling us that, why don't you come and have a meet and greet with Duterte? I already know him. My husband and I were both from Davao. We know him, but we want to come just to show support, as well as maybe to answer the questions of some people who might be wondering, do we want a nagmumura, minumura yung Pope? Is that true? Do we want somebody like that? Do we want a babaero to be our leader? As far as we're concerned, there are more important things than those.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.